Hello guys, this is Dama.82 and we are back for part 66 of the Quest for Neater campaign for 2.4.9, and we're just starting off here with looks like I am upgrading the Battle Hymn Battle Cruiser. Basically what I was going for here is I made it less of a target, or at least a lot harder for it to hit the with the ICBMs, those goddamn kamikaze drones that the Grey Talons seem to be so fond of. Basically, I kind of bit the bullet and I went and put a bunch of what was it, the like quad simple laser mounts all over it. And then I went and stuck a 400mm flex CWIS that does double duty for both anti-missile and anti-air. So yeah, it seems like it's handling the nuke drones a whole lot better. So awesome. Just trying to get some things maneuvered into place here from what it looks like. Now, here lately I've been doing videos in 2 times regular speed, but this video kinda had a hiccup. What happened was I saved it like halfway through. I usually record them in about hour-long stints, and then I put them in an editor and increase the speed by 2, or 200% anyway. So then that way I can like do like an hour of recording in half the time. Except this time we're doing it in regular speed because halfway through recording this damn thing, the game crashed. Well, actually, it crashed at the very end. I just managed to save it about like maybe 20 minutes before the crash. So basically, we're watching what happened up until I saved it. So yeah, just still trying to maneuver some fleets into place. It looks like we're going to be coming in contact with a Lightning Hood's fleet there to the south. We still got a whole mess of Grey Talons up there to the north. In that I do manage to take out that Grey Talons base here, but I don't think that's going to be done in this episode. Maybe 67 or 68 I do. And here we are about to engage that fleet. Got the Shirayama, Last Man Standing, one of the Sun Tzu laser cruisers. At a later date, I ended up adding another Shirayama to this force here. But the Shirayamas are starting to show the limits of their capabilities, so I think I need something to kind of replace it. I keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, but I still haven't quite came up with what I think would be a good replacement for it. I do have an airship, though, that I'll probably be doing in, like, episode 69. It's actually a design that I've had for quite a while. Just been kind of sitting on it, and it's been testing fairly good against the Grey Talons, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try bringing in, and it's one of those forward-facing broadsiders. I know that's kind of a misnomer to call it that, but yeah, I got one of those that I've been sitting on for a while, and I just never got around to finishing it till just recently. So yeah, it's got a pretty good anti-missile system. It is a aerial denial system that fires just big old flak rounds that just annihilate missiles. that's backed up with a lambs. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Very, very hard for missiles to attack this thing head on. So hope you guys will like it. Now that's one of the problems with fighting the lightning hoods. Right there is that a lot of the water in their area is very shallow, and you keep coming across all these damn little islands that in some cases don't even show up on the map. I think the island that this thing just ran on the Prima Victoria, yeah, I don't believe that even showed up on the map. I think I had to hop into the, yeah, I hopped into the driver's seat there so I could kind of steer it off that island. But it is pummeling the shit out of that ship over there. Alright, we got rid of that one. There's something spawning off here in the distance. I believe it may be a submarine. Probably safe to assume because there's a mass volley of torpedoes coming at it and it doesn't seem to appear on the surface at all. Oh, there's something dark out there. Yep, I think it's just another one of them damn broken designs. The funny thing about broken designs, I remember someone, I'm not gonna say who, but they like gave me a bunch of crap in a review that I wrote because one of the concerns that I voiced in it pretty thoroughly was broken designs and how there's like little or no empathy for them. But ironically, right now, one of the issues that seems to be happening, at least this is a rumor that I keep hearing, is that the keepers of the lore, they're having a lot of trouble trying to keep up with all the recent changes, and therefore there's a lot of broken designs out there. So maybe broken designs should be more of an issue that the community needs to focus on. I don't know. Call me crazy. Yeah, this is just a pain in the ass trying to make this work because Prima Victoria has a pretty deep draft, and there's just island after island after island for her to run into, and yeah, just no fun. Again, it looked like I had to take manual control once again. I'm going to have to update the missiles, or the anti-missile missiles, because IMR3 was able to come up with a much better design than what I've been using. So yeah. I'm thinking maybe Prima Victoria could stand to have some changes made to her as far as anti-aircraft goes, but anti-surface she excels pretty well, it seems. This part kind of makes me think of Uncle Jimbo from South Park saying it's coming right for us, and they just unload on whatever poor animal that happens to be standing in front of them at the time. It's coming right for us! I think Prima Victoria just about soloed that whole fleet right there. Unless there's some flyers out there that I'm forgetting about. I doubt it. That block count's too low for them to have much of anything else after this thing despawns. There we go, that battle's finished. One of the last man standing submarines looked like it seen better days there. Get the repairs started on that. We recorded an episode of Pimp My Boat today for a hydrofoil that Heitzmeister created. It ended up turning out to be pretty good. It was a lot of fun. Matey, me, and Ian ended up doing some pretty good work there together. Heitzmeister sounds super excited to see it finished, so I'm happy for him. Oh, so many damn designs in there. Yeah, there's the second Shiriyama I'm adding to that fleet. One of the things I have considered for Shiriyama's replacement is to kind of go a little more heavier on missiles and less on APS. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing for the ship that will probably end up replacing her. I kind of have something started. Kind of have like a weapons placed and things like that, but in a hull. But that's about as far as I've gotten with that design. I don't even know what the hell I want to call it yet. But a lot of times with these designs, though, I don't know what to call them until they're done, and usually I just kind of keep hitting the skip button in my Spotify playlist till I come across the song that I think is fitting for it. So, yeah. My Spotify, it's pretty much Sabaton, Amon Amarth, got some Metallica in there. I mean, how can you not have Metallica? But let's see here, what else? Man of War. Gotta love Man of War. Pretty big back in the 90s. Fortunately, they were more popular in Europe than they were here in America. Yeah, just all kinds of mix of metal in my playlist. And I did come up with a new heavy bomber last night. Oh, that thing is stupid fast. It hits about maybe 157 meters a second using a custom jet engine and just drops entire clouds of APN guided frag bombs. Still not quite sure what to call it. I'm leaning either towards the Firestorm Heavy Bomber or maybe Way of Vikings. I'm not entirely sure yet. So, we'll see. Looks like we got another fight against the Grey Talons here. Battle begins. The Shiriyamas have done pretty good work so far, but they just don't seem to have enough armor to handle the Grey Talons. Unfortunately, that's one of the issues that I keep dealing with. And this little flyer right here, this thing just keeps constantly launching large missiles. I hate this thing. And Shiriyama has a very hard time taking out those large missiles. So if I were to do another missile ship, I would probably use something a bit more different. Yeah, this is like a slideshow. It's just going so slow right now. You guys have probably gotten used to watching this in like 2x speed by now. Sorry about that. This is just kind of how way things just worked out. I mean, I guess I could have sped it up to like 2x speed, but then you only have like a 15-minute episode. Oh, one of the cool things though about that bomber that I developed, it's small enough to be used in the ashes. I think I might need to hand over the blueprint to Heitzmeister, see what he thinks about using it in our co-op that we've been doing. It was kind of an interesting experience, kind of seeing what the other side of the fence was like, doing the build for him, doing the what you call it, the pimp my boat for his hydrofoil. I've been trying to steer clear of current, and I'm kind of glad I have been, because nothing feels near as powerful as where it needs to be. I mean, there's just no really good big blockbusters in current that just seems to be present in 2.4.9. So, well, go figure. Looks like we got another PAC out there. This is a very common problem that a lot of people forget, is they'll forget to set distances on local weapon controllers, maximum distance for targeting, and like missiles will just explode halfway to the target. But everyone's done it. Everyone has done it. That's kind of one of the reasons why you didn't really... Well, back in the day, you really didn't have to worry about long-range missile volleys from, like, who was it? I almost said Dustwind Gypsies. I mean Deepwater Guard. Kind of essentially the same thing, but anyway. Because, yeah, their missiles never had enough range to get to you. They would just explode in midair or just fall out of the sky, one of the two. It used to be they just kind of fall out of the sky back then, and now when they run out of fuel, they just kind of prematurely detonate, I guess. And I befriended a YouTuber who's new to the From the Depth scene by the name of Doug Kerman. You might want to check him out. Seems like a pretty sharp fella. I believe he's trying to do a Let's Play in Current. I wish him the best of luck with that. He has a very strong Robaz vibe to him. I think he might be Swedish, but don't quote me on that. Then again, I'm part Swedish myself, so... I'm just a conglomerate of all kinds of European nationalities. Russian, German... Swedish, Irish, English, Scottish. Now, part of me is thinking maybe I want to change my flag of the campaign to something a little more appropriate. Besides, you guys could barely see my cat on it anyway, so... I may do that for, like, episode 69, yeah. I mean, I have, like, episode 66, 67, 68 already recorded. I'm just doing the voice commentary over them for right now. So, yeah, I got a bit of a backlog I got to work through, and I'm just trying to get these... commentaries recorded before my wife gets home and it gets real noisy, so yeah. At least Deuce is cooperating this time, because a couple of times I've tried to record these commentaries, he'll try to jump up in my lap and just be an utter nuisance. But I guess that's just a cat for you. Thankfully, it's not so much a problem. It's just it's very hard to stay mad at him. Oh, goody, another tachyon. I swear, I just want to burn through the frickin' lightning hoods just so I don't have to fight those things anymore. But yeah, this is kind of what I mean. It just seems like the Shiriyamas, God bless them, they've been doing wonderful things. It just they don't seem to be able to keep up with the with what's going on right now. Then again, it doesn't really have much in the way of laser defenses, but it should have been able to handle that volley of missiles that was coming at it a lot easier than what it did. And yeah, it's just going to get most of its turrets popped, and the only reason why I think I left it in there is because it was still launching missiles. So I'm thinking maybe the next one I might do an armor style, a little more similar to maybe Prima Victoria. At least then I might not have to worry near as much about roll stabilization, because most of the weapons will probably be made up by missiles. It's kind of interesting because people keep telling me that APS is way too meta, and I'm like, dude, seriously? Missiles have probably been the most meta thing since they came out. I mean, they keep doing things with them, nerfing them directly, indirectly, whatever, and nothing beats a good missile volley. I'm sorry. I mean, you can scream APS is OP all day, but missiles just, if you put enough of them in the air, they always find a way through. I think it was Heitzmeister who said on several occasions, and from the depths, ban him as king, and I am very inclined to agree with him. I mean, missiles just do not suffer the same issues that an APS will, because they have a much better chance of hitting things, for starters, because they have guidance. And they're pretty much immune to shields. Shields do nothing against missiles. And honestly, you could probably fit a lot more firepower to a smaller package with a missile than you could any other weapon system. I mean, as far as volume goes, you cannot beat missiles. It looks like I'm trying to squeeze in another battle here, but I don't think we're going to get around to it in this video, unfortunately. But we are going to try to pick up some of those resources, it looks like. We got our all guns blazing dreadnought out there. That thing's still giving me grief with refusing to move sometimes. I'm not quite sure what's causing that bug. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up the commentary here, because I don't think I'm going to be getting into any more battles here for the rest of the video. So, yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Y'all have yourselves a hell of a day, and keep your hammer high. Later.